The Office of Executive Vice President runs the Student Senate and conducts their meetings. And now it's time to meet the candidates for Executive Vice President. Maddie Park is a sophomore social science major from Daphne. Maddie, you have 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you so much, Brady, and thank you, Troy Vision, for having us. My name is Maddie Park, as he said. I'm from Daphne, Alabama. I'm a social science major with a minor in legal studies, and in the past year, I've had the honor to serve as a SGA senator and also on the Governing Laws Committee. And on the Governing Laws Committee, we deal almost in everything we do with the Executive Vice President. So after serving under the current Executive Vice President so much and dealing with him so much, not dealing, but you know what I mean, I have seen so much of his job, and I feel completely prepared for this job, and I'm so ready for it, and I really hope I can get your vote.
Thank you, Maddie. And now Tim Showalter is a sophomore computer science major from Montgomery. Tim, you have 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Hello, Trojans. As Brady mentioned, I am a computer science major hailing from Montgomery, Alabama. Originally, I came here to Troy University as a freshman back in fall 2019. I've had the privilege of being able to get involved in freshman forum as a delegate under the Student Welfare Committee, and of course over time I've gotten involved in more organizations such as my minority organization, 101 Elite Men, which we pledge ourselves on commitment and involvement in volunteering around campus and helping different communities around the area of Troy, Alabama. I'm also a member of TRIO Student Support Services, which for those of you who don't know, it's an organization where we academically and financially help students in areas like tutoring, just one-on-one workshops, et cetera, making sure students who go here are maintaining a high GPA. And also, I am an honorary member of the Honor Society Alpha Lambda Delta, which I'm extremely proud to be in. All of these different connections have helped me.
Thank you, Tim. And now your first question. Do you have any experience as an SGA senator? If so, how do you think that experience could help you as the Executive Vice President? If not, what knowledge do you have that you could bring to the table that could help you execute the duties of Executive Vice President to the best of your ability?
Although I have never been a senator for SGA, I have had the privilege of course, having the connections I've had to become the current presiding executive secretary of SGA. Being involved in this position, of course, working with my team of all the other executive officer positions, has helped me really gotten to get a great deep insight on what exactly the Executive Vice President of the Senate does, which for those of you who know, of course, Carter Ray currently presides over the Senate as, the President of the Senate. And I just want to be able to foster a welcoming community for a Senate of, people of all different sorts of backgrounds, all different ideas and opinions. And I just really want us to be able to have a Senate that the university can be absolutely proud of. I want, as the Executive Vice President, hopefully with y'all's votes, I want to be able to have all students come up to me and be able to just give me ideas for how we can improve the university and just improve the university we love.
Thank you, Tim. And now, Maddie, you have 1 minute to answer that same question, which was, do you have any experience as an SGA senator? If so, how do you think that experience could help you as the Executive Vice President? And if not, what knowledge could you bring to the table that could help you as the Executive Vice President?
Thank you, Brady. And as I said in my introduction, I do have experience as a senator. For the past year, I have been a senator, and I've also been on the Governing Laws Committee, which has, I think, helped me prepare more than anything to be in this role. I've seen the Senate from a different lens. I've seen it from we write the bills, we help with all the bills that come through, and the bills are the things that make change. And the Executive Vice President is the person that helps with this as well. And as the Executive Vice President, I feel if I was elected, I would feel completely comfortable helping all committees, and especially the Governing Laws Committee. And also, this is a sad fact, but I think it's very true. In our Senate, we have people that are there, but they're not really there. And I really, really, really would, my biggest thing as Executive Vice President would be to push the senators to not just be there on Tuesday nights, but be there every single night. I want them to be really involved in the organization and actually care about representing their constituents. Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. And now your individual question is, the SGA restructured Senate committees this past year: academic excellence, public relations, governing laws, special projects, enrollment improvement, campus activities, safety, and infrastructure. What projects do you have in mind for the enrollment improvement committee for this year?
The Enrollment Improvement Committee is actually, it just got renamed to Enrollment Improvement and Retention, and I think that that committee can do so much good, and they actually just passed a bill last night to do help with mentoring and not only getting people into our university, but retention. I think that's so important. Keeping people here, keeping people engaged in our university, not just with the SGA, not just with that, but with every single part of our school. And I think that that committee, with mentorship programs like that one and all other types of programs to help the students be enrolled and involved, are all great things.
Thank you, Maddie. And now, Tim, your individual question is: diversity, equity, and inclusion are topics that many organizations and businesses are talking about right now. In terms of inclusion, what area of the university can do better?
Of course, this has definitely been quite a topic, especially since last year when I remember being originally getting into this position under the J. John administration. Maintaining the goals of transparency, unity, et cetera, these have all been things that we've really wanted to make sure we've carried out throughout this year. And as someone who really wants to be in this position, I definitely want to really make sure we maintain that sort of inclusion amongst all different sorts of minorities, since considering the fact that we pledge ourselves on being such an international university with having all sorts of students involved. And especially since I've served in this position of executive secretary, I've gotten to have a deep insight on like what goes on in the executive committee with all of the different chairmen, and how we've had different ideas of such as having like a dedicated impact for all the international students, considering that, you know, there's such a big representation of the campus, considering that we pledge ourselves on being a big university.
Thank you, Tim Showalter and Maddie Park, your candidates for Executive Vice President. That concludes our segment on officer candidates for Executive Secretary, Vice President of Internal Affairs, Vice President of Campus Affairs, and Executive Vice President. Up next, we'll meet the candidates for SGA President.